Hello everybody, it's Aviation here, and I'm sorry that I haven't posted a few videos in the last week. The last time I posted was on Sunday last week, and it's now Friday. But I have done a lot since then, since my last video. I have been working on the airport, and I have painted the whole airport, so everything. So the runways, the taxiways, pretty much everything that I'm going to paint. I've still got a few tiny little touch-ups to do, and that corner over there, I was not sure whether to leave it as there's going to be a hanger there, but I'll probably paint it. And yeah, it's quite cool. I've done some little markings of, like, tomorrow I'll probably use the paint pens that I got, and I will colour those in white and do the line down the middle of the runway and do all of the taxiways. I got a red paint pen, a yellow paint pen, and a white paint pen. So the yellow is for the taxiway lines, the white is for the runway, and then the red is like used in some of the stands where the planes park. Yeah, so here's this end of the runway, and it goes down there, and we have our plane there, and we have the two terminals. I did shorten the international terminal down there, so then I can fit planes all the way around it, so I can have like one or two planes up the end. And yeah, so lots of people like to make the concrete kind of tile, sort of the concrete tiles, because at most airports they do use concrete tiles when they lay the concrete, so just like kind of slabs of concrete all stuck together. And what I used was a pencil, so I just did lines an inch apart, and then I would use a long stick, something that's long and straight, to do all of the lines. Yeah, and so I've used 3 different types of paint. So I've got the kind of creamier, lighter grey. That's what most of the airport is. And then I did run out of this colour up the end, so I used a darker grey. And then there's an even darker grey for the runway and the edges of the taxiway. And then I did some patching up just to make it look like a real life airport, because when they have a problem with the concrete, they don't go and do all of them, they just like patch up a few tiles around where the problem is. And yeah, so there's the runway and all of this, and coming back over here we have these taxiways, kind of diagonal taxiways, and then down there we have 2 more taxiways. I haven't quite finished the lines, the squares, I just have that bit to do down there, otherwise I've finished the rest. And I have tried using lights now for like just some lights to put around. That one down there I accidentally forgot to put up, but it seems fine. It's down there on the little table down there. And so what I have used and what I will use, so to do the lines, I have used this big what's it called? These thingos to measure the if it's like a straight line or not. And I have used my ruler. It's a see-through one, so then you can like see it's a bit easier to use, just because you can see what's underneath the ruler. And yeah, I use the inch thickness on all of these lines. And got paint pens. Got Posca paint pens. And I have masking tape. So when I do the bits in where the two colours meet, I'll do like a bit of masking. So when I'm doing the dark grey, I'll put masking tape down there and like on the inside, and then paint the grey. And so yeah, then I would cover that up with masking tape, and then do this side when I am doing that colour. And for this, we just got some white paint, and then we got the stuff that like changes the colour of the paint, and we got some of that black stuff, and we mixed it with the white paint. That's why the two mixes kind of didn't work out, because that one's a bit too dark. Anyway, and yeah, so I have one thing with the light grey paint and then one thing with the dark grey paint. And I think I'll use black paint to do like the skid marks at the end of the runways. And what else did I use? I used this thing for getting the 90 degrees angles. I also used one of these thingos, these bendable thingos, to make curves. Did that for that curve down the end there. Yeah, and I used, what did I use? Pencil, of course. This is just a grey lead pencil. Some people use pens to do these lines, but I thought it was just a bit easier to use pencil. And then you can go with like, smudge it to make kind of like used effects on it. I've just like smudged that kind of just to see how it looks. And I have used paintbrushes. Where have they gone? Oh, they're not here right now. And rubber. You shouldn't like rub out too much, just like small things. What they suggest is like paint over the lines that you don't like. Like here, like I drew kind of a line down there just to kind of get the middle, so then I can get the numbers centered, and then I painted over it. Yeah, and so I think that's pretty much all that I used. And yeah, so, well, with that, the edge isn't quite finished. I just did it. You can see, oh, that's about as far as I can go. You can see that there's some white spots, but don't worry. I'm gonna like paint up to this line here and like put a bit of masking tape. Oh, there's a bit where I've left the masking tape on still. You can see it's on both sides of the grey line. And yeah, so that looks a bit messy right now, but it will be a straight line by the next update, probably. And by the next update, I'll probably have the lines done with these paint pens. Well, I use Posca paint pens. They're what lots of people use. Yeah. And bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share to your friends. Okay, bye.